Hi, I'm Mike Calderone with Horse Racing Simulations, home of Horse Race Game. We're the guys that built out the Breeders' Cup game in partnership with the Breeders' Cup, and we're going to meet this afternoon with Jim Gluckson, the gentleman that has put all of this together behind the scenes with the media, all the coordination that's involved in this event. So we're looking forward to it. Jim is a very busy guy, and he does a lot of work for a two-day event. Just today we have a very special guest, Jim Gluckson, who handles media relations for the Breeders' Cup. And Jim, first of all, on the busiest day of the year for you guys, we want to thank you for taking the time.
Michael, it's my pleasure. It's great to be here. It's great to talk to the fans.
Well, it's nice to have a Breeders' Cup event with such gorgeous weather. I mean, did you anticipate weather like this?
Actually, we did. That's part of the reason why we're here in Southern California for this year and for next year. We think the weather is terrific. The environment is great. We're taking advantage of a terrific time of year for people to come out. It's not too hot, but it's a comfortable experience. We have a great weekend of racing. Yesterday was a tremendous day that we had of more than 31,000 people were here. We bet $48 million around the country. We had a lot of great celebrities coming today, a lot of entertainment. The music industry will be out. We'll have Kurt Russell here today with Governor Schwarzenegger presenting the trophy for the $5 million Breeders' Cup Classic. And we're very excited to have another terrific day after yesterday.
Let's talk about what it takes to put this event together. I mean, obviously, this is a two-day event, but it takes a lot more than 2 days to put it together. When do you start the process?
Probably in January of each year, we meet with the host track and sit down and have an organizational meeting about how the event is structured. And the Breeders' Cup involves a number of constituency. First, the horsemen running in the races, the horses that must be shipped here and transported, the barn areas of the racetrack, the international quarantine setup. There is obviously hotel rooms that need to be taken in and around Southern California and the Pasadena area.
So let's talk about the media for a second, because on a day like today, we pull up, we see all these trailers outside. We're at the hotel, there's hundreds of media there, so you're talking 300-400 media representing different organizations. You got to take care of them, right? Because, hey, you want the best message distributed, and then you got to coordinate everything so it runs smooth. I mean, that's got to be a very difficult job.
For the record, 18 different countries that are coming in for this year. We service them with a great hotel, with a great press center setup, with credentialing system that allows us to produce a credential anytime we need. But part of doing something like that is timing. You need to start early, like in July, instead of starting in the middle of October. And this is a big part of it. If you start early and move from week to week, as the momentum towards putting on an event, like a big party, it increases. I mean, the more things you have to do last minute, the more likely your job will be a poorer representation than that you would like. Spaces for a press box just for photographers. It's an amazing transformation in the business. Back in 10 years ago, 1998, photographers were still using dark rooms to develop photos. Now they need their own press box. So it's a lot to service. And for the most part, if we have plenty of space in a big area, we can get it done.
So let me ask you this. You've got everything going on today. I mean, today really, it's just kind of a management overview day. Everything's done. Today is the day you're just really just supervising everything that you've been preparing for.
You have to be sure, correct. You have to be sure on a large scale that everything is being taken care of, that your wireless communication is working, that the results of each of the races are being passed out to everyone, that you're getting, after the races, we have a separate interview room. We do a press conference after every Breeders' Cup race with the jockey, the trainer, and the owner. And sometimes with the jock rides, 2 or 3 races in a row, you got to get them to come back, the media to speak them. We have closed-circuit press interviews to all the press boxes for the riders, for the trainers, and for the owners.
How long have you been involved with the Breeders' Cup?
This is my 23rd. My maiden voyage was in 1986. Here when we had at Santa Anita. We just had 7 races that year. This probably gets doubled in races over that period of time, and a lot more people being credentialed for the event.
Last question I wanted to ask you. Going to the 2-day event, did that, in the beginning, I mean, yesterday was phenomenal. We were very surprised. It was a phenomenal event. It was spectacular. That could have been Breeders' Cup the main day. It was so phenomenal. Did you get resistance initially going to that 2-day concept?
Oh, I think that there were people who were unhappy about it. No, there's no question. People liked the single-day concept. I think it was a matter of saying we're getting too big that we can't just do it on one day. We think holding it over 2 days, putting the female championship on Friday and the male championship on Saturday will work. But people have to see it first. There's no question that if there are people going to doubt you and what you're doing. And I think part of that perspective, though, is people who are angriest love the Breeders' Cup a great deal. And when something has changed that they like and they don't feel anything is broken, why do you need to fix it again if it's not broken? There's always going to be that way. And when you're the top dog, when you have the best event and the most prestigious international horse racing event, you better be right if you're going to make a change.
This gentleman right here behind the scenes does it all. Jim, we want to thank you for taking the time today to be on the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you.